Hi everybody. Wow, this is really cutting my head off now. What's going on here? You think you have it all set. Welcome back. This is KBG. Thanks for watching my channel, my video. I hope everybody's having a really good Sunday evening. I just wanted to come on here and talk for a couple minutes about honesty. Come here, Matthias. Come here, kitty, 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 kitty. I thought he would make an appearance on the camera. He has yet to make an appearance in any of my videos. That's our black kitty that you haven't met yet. Anyway, I had an experience where I was tested with an opportunity to be honest twice in 2 weeks at the Dollar Tree. There are about 5 different Dollar Trees within 10 minutes of my house. And I don't remember if this happened, if both of these instances happened in the same Dollar Tree. I don't think they did. Please pardon that yawn, please. So the first time, let me think here. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to remember something and it took me a couple of seconds to remember. Anyway, the situation where I had the opportunity to be honest and where I actually questioned whether I would be or not, which is, it's upsetting to me because I've always been taught that you are honest in your dealings with your fellow men. And I know the difference between right and wrong. So, anyway, with my parents and in church, I've always been taught you be honest, even if it means that like you lose out or something like that. So in particular, if you break something, you buy it, or you tell someone about it and it's up to them whether they're going to charge you for it or not. And I learned that when I was young, sorry, I'm going to try to keep the yawn count down. When I was young, I learned that most often people are going to charge you for it, but they always appreciate when you tell them you broke something instead of just like scooting it back on the shelf and walking on your merry way through your shopping trip. So the first time, I was looking at those, you know, those sunshines with a mirror. Like they look heavy, but then when you pick them up, they're almost made of nothing, and so like the sort of whimsical rays that come out. They were by the picture frame, so I picked one up to see if I wanted to buy it, and I fiddled with it a little bit to see like how strong is this, how durable is this, and it snapped, like it cracked in my hand. I'm like, whoa, this is like nothing. This is so... Oh, I know what it was. Okay. So no, I didn't wiggle it and break it. I wiggled it, decided that it was too flimsy for my taste, and I put it back in the box where all the rest of them were, and as I was putting it back in the box, it cracked. I wasn't shoving it in really hard, but I was just putting it in, trying to put it right back where I had found it, and it cracked. So I pulled it out, I examined it, I'm like, I don't see, it sounded like it broke, but I don't see where it would break, and it was made of plastic. It was definitely plastic. It was like that dark pewter, like... Oh, I must need some oxygen or something. Sorry, guys. I wish I had like a remote control where I could click pause every time I need to yawn. Hopefully, if you're watching this video and you have insomnia or something, hopefully seeing me yawn is going to help you yawn and help you go to sleep. That would be a good thing, right? Excuse me. So I'm examining this and I don't see the crack and I don't see the crack. So I'm about to put it, like gently put it next to the box instead of put it in. And then I see the crack, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, there's the crack. And then I'm like, okay, so do I go and tell them about this and pay for it, or do I just be like, no one's going to notice? It doesn't affect the appearance of this item at all. It also doesn't affect the function because it isn't cracked to actually ripped. It's like cracked but still intact on the edges. It was one of the rays was cracked, but it was still intact on the edge of the rays. And so I sat there for a few seconds. I'm like, well, if I don't pay for it and it's cracked, someone else is going to get this cracked one, and that means that it compromises the percentage of value of the product. Like, they're already buying it, unbeknownst to them, at a lower value than it was before I cracked it. And so I was like, well, if no one buys it, then the store will just, whatever they do with their products that no one buys, and no one will be the wiser. And this is so uncharacteristic for me, because usually I am just the advocate for honesty. Like, I teach my boys, you be honest, you tell people, even if it ends up feeling like it hurts you, or like feeling like you're losing out of something. It is much more important to your soul, to your spirit, and to you as a person of character to be honest. It's just much better for you not to compromise, because when you have an opportunity later to be honest, if you've chosen not to be honest about this smaller thing, you might not be honest about something bigger, and then it can just go downhill from there. It can open the door for all kinds of things. And if you're not honest, then how can you trust yourself, and how can people trust you? So I walked to the end of the aisle, leaving it there. And I couldn't turn out of the aisle. I couldn't go left, I couldn't go right. Like, I was frozen. And I just had this sick feeling in my stomach. I'm like, this is not who I am. I am the person who tells them about it. I am the person who pays for it. I broke it. I decided I didn't want it, but that's my own fault. I picked it up, I fiddled with it, I broke it. The store, it's not the store's fault, and it's not the next customer's fault that I cracked this item. So I went back, I picked it up, I put it in my cart, and as I was checking out, the lady goes to scan it, and I go, I cracked that when I was trying to put it back in the box, and I don't need it or want it, but I'm willing to pay for it, because it was my fault, and I don't want to leave you guys with damaged merchandise. And she said, oh no, don't worry, it was only $1. Thank you for letting us know, though. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much for letting us know. And she's been working there a long time. You know, I don't know if your people in your area, like, I don't know if your Dollar Trees have a hard time keeping their staff, but in our stores, it seems like they rotate a lot. Like, I'll see someone I've never seen before, and then they'll say, this is my 4th day, or this is my 1st day, and then I'll never see them again. And then there's a new... Sorry about that. I choked on my own words. I'm still not over that junk, you guys. If you get a cold or the flu or whatever, like, it stays a while. I've been trying to take my vitamins. I actually gave these another chance, and they don't taste gross like I thought. So I don't know what it was with the first 2 I tasted, but these are actually pretty good. I've been trying to take my vitamins. I've been trying to take extra vitamin C. I've been trying to stay away from sugar. Sorry, my eyes are watering because I had to cough. So that was the first instance in the Dollar Tree where I told them about it and I didn't have to pay for it. And I was very glad I told them about it because, like I said, I didn't want to compromise the value of their merchandise. And if I make a mistake, I want to be responsible for that mistake. It was unfortunate because it was just me shopping, picking up a product to lightly, check it out and see if it was something I might want to buy. And it broke as I was deciding, no, I don't want to buy this, and putting it back. So it's unfortunate that it was that weak of plastic that it cracked just from me putting it back in the box I got it from. And I wasn't like throwing it down or anything. They were stacked really nicely and even, and I just put it in the slot where I had taken it right out from. And so fast forward 2 weeks later, I'm in a different Dollar Tree, and I'm in the kitchen stuff, and those white, like, it's plastic or wire, those little sort of dish shelves. There's like corner ones, and then there's the one where you can put plates above and cups underneath or whatever, just to extend the space a little bit or fill up the space better of your cupboard. Well, I saw the corner one, and I'd never seen a corner one before. I was like, this looks interesting. I could probably put something in the corner of one of my cupboards. And when I picked it up, I noticed that instead of sitting straight, like on the counter, like pretend that it's got 2 sides and then a triangle sort of shape to fit in the corner. Instead of sitting straight, pretend this is straight, I can't really. Part of it was up, and so it would have wobbled a little bit. So I'm like, oh, well, I can bend that down to be straight. And then if I can do that and it looks good and straight, then I'll buy it because I think I can use this product. And as I was slightly pressing on it to try to straighten it, it snapped. It didn't snap like a piece falling off. It just, from one single, like, thin wire bar coated with white paint, it just snapped. So it was like this. I'm like, so again, I'm like, this was so weak. I don't know. I don't know why I was tempted. I don't know why I was tested like that and tempted. Normally, I'd be like, I broke that. It's in the cart. Whatever. My kids weren't even there. Usually, I'm like, okay, guys, we got to pay for that because we broke it. My kids weren't even there. And I don't go around breaking things often. I'm not trying to say that I break things a lot. Oh, did I even rub in the moisturizer? I put some extra moisturizer down on my chin because it was dry. Feels like I didn't even rub it in. So I don't know why I was tested so much, like, with that, because it's always been one of my major beliefs that you are honest in your dealings with your fellow men and women and children. So I had that turmoil. I don't remember if I walked away from it this time or what. I might have turned away from it and then turned back and picked it up. I'm like, so basically, I went up to the checkout and the girl's scanning it and I go, I broke that, and so can you just throw it away as soon as you're done, because I didn't mean to break it, obviously, and I thought I might buy it, but it was crooked, so I tried to straighten it and I ended up I snapped it. She goes, oh, well, you don't have to pay for it. It's okay. It sounds like it was kind of cheap or whatever. And then I go, well, I don't want you guys to be out the money, and it was my fault, so I am prepared and willing to pay for it. I'm happy to pay for it. She goes, are you sure? Are you sure? Because, I really don't have to charge you, but are you sure? Because she goes, well, I appreciate your honesty, and yeah, okay, if it's okay with you, I'll charge you for it. And it was awkward and uncomfortable, but at the same time, I felt that peace inside about it. I'm like, if I have $1, if I'm doing hauls, I can certainly afford to cover this broken thing, And so anyway, I walked out of there feeling good about myself and feeling good about the situation. However, just be careful when you pick stuff up, because if if you also believe that if you break it, you buy it, I don't know, like, I wouldn't have argued with her about it, but I could see that she knew she was supposed to charge me for it. And so, anyway, long story short, honesty is very important to me. I'm grateful for those 2 instances because it allowed me to fortify. It allowed me to strengthen my resolve to be honest and to show my boys when they are with me, or whatever, like, what kind of a person, basically, here's a good question. What kind of a person do you want to be remembered as after you're gone? And I've been hired for jobs before where the person says, like, I was hired by somebody to be her virtual office assistant, and after working, like, remotely for a while, she invited me to come to her company and, like, organize some of her files because she was moving her office and all that, and she said, you're the only person on this planet I would trust with my bank account information, and with this, and with this, and with this. And so she goes, like, this kind of honesty is rare, and that is why I hired you. It's because I know I can trust you. And that means so much to me. I must have slipped a little bit along the way because this Dollar Tree stuff happened this month and last month. And I had that job last year and the year before. And so, like, I don't know, it bothers me that it tempted me so much. It bothers me that I was trying to protect my 100 pennies plus tax so much where, like, it just bothers me. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and honest is honest, and, shady is shady, and I just feel like when I have the opportunity to show my true character, I should do that. And I just wanted to share that with you guys today. It's just food for thought. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or anything, but we're all human. We all have the opportunity to be successful or fall short. I want us to reach our potential, and if we really care about what kind of a print we leave behind as a legacy for our loved ones or for our community or for the world, what better way to start than on some of those seemingly smaller things, and to, like, just pay attention to how you feel about it afterwards, during and afterwards, and maybe even write about it in your journal or something. Like, use it as a stepping stone and not a stumbling block. So I just want to share that with you guys today. And if you stayed for the whole thing, that's really nice of you to come here and listen. Sorry, I still got those kind of cold symptoms. But I do want to let you guys know I appreciate you sticking with me through my videos. I watched a couple of them back and I'm like, wow, sometimes I don't finish my sentence. Sometimes I don't finish my thought. Sometimes I say really weird things. Like the other day I said something about how I avoid, and I've taught my boys to avoid, products with color, like artificial color in them, except for makeup. I do use makeup, obviously, and it doesn't have all natural color in it, but I think the thing was soap or lotion or something like that, maybe food. And I had just gotten done saying in my video that I avoid artificial colors and that it was going to be on our hands, and I didn't want that. And then like 1 second later, I held up a bottle of Dawn dish soap. Sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words. Dawn dish soap, which is, you know the color. It is like a very vibrant blue. It's that blue dish soap that they use in their commercials to show you that they're rescuing baby ducks and washing the motor oil off of these ducks. And silly me, I go, like in that video, I said a few seconds later, if it's good enough to wash oil off of baby ducks, it's good enough for our hands. Meaning, when I'm working with the dishes and I'm doing the dishes, I don't have a dishwasher, but I'm washing dishes by hand, I'm going to get this artificially colored blue soap on my hands. So it's just silly, like little inconsistencies like that where I make myself sound like I have all these beliefs in being super healthy and doing natural things and only subscribing to natural products, and then I go and like completely contrast a second later. So it's not something I intended to do, but I just appreciate you guys for watching my videos, even through all my awkwardness, and sticking around and also showing your support and leaving really sweet comments. I've already cried in like 2 of my videos, maybe 3, I don't even know, and I haven't even been posting videos that long. So I appreciate you guys for being understanding and supportive, and like some of you have been able to say that you relate. I'm up to above 70 subscribers, and a few weeks ago I only had 6 or 9 or 19. So I appreciate you guys for coming by, I really do, and this has given me a sort of an outlet to talk to people. You know, it's not like a two-way conversation or whatever all the time, but I do appreciate the opportunity. I know I'm just being redundant at this point. So I better sign out before I just keep on going around and round in circles. But anyway, I hope you guys are gearing up to have a really great week, and I'm hoping to start doing some recipe and some like music type videos and stuff like that. It's not going to be like professional music videos, but I play the piano and I play by ear, so I wanted to maybe put some songs on there. I don't know what kind of an audience I might get for that. Those might be the least watched videos on my channel, but I'm hoping to do some recipes and other things and some more crafts, because I don't have an endless supply of cash coming in to keep on doing these hauls. So if you subscribe to me just for the hauls, I gotta let you know that the hauls are probably going to slow down. So if that's all you're here for, like, I won't be offended if you don't stick around, but I do really hope that you'll give some of my other content a chance too. Also. So anyway, take care guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.